Recent reports indicate a seismic shift in the Sussexes' media landscape, with whispers turning into a roar. Netflix, the streaming giant that once embraced their narrative, is reportedly pulling the plug. And with that termination, a tidal wave of financial recrimination is allegedly crashing down, leaving Meghan, by all accounts, sweating in tears and uttering the chilling phrase, "I am finished." The initial allure of the royal rebel, the victimized duchess, has seemingly worn thin. The public, once captivated by tales of palace intrigue, now appears fatigued by the relentless self-promotion and the perceived lack of tangible output. The very narrative that propelled their initial success has become their Achilles heel. A source of growing disillusionment and, crucially, financial instability, the reported Netflix contract termination isn't merely a business decision, it's a profound repudiation. Sources close to the streaming giant suggest a growing frustration with the Sussexes' inability to deliver content that resonates beyond their personal grievances. The much-hyped projects, the documentaries and animated series, have either failed to materialize or have been met with lukewarm reception. The promise of a behind-the-scenes glimpse into their post-royal lives has devolved into a repetitive cycle of victimhood narratives, a formula that has evidently lost its potency. And then there are the sponsors. The financial pillars that once seemed unwavering. Reports are surfacing of demands for refunds, a stark indication that the perceived value of associating with the Sussex brand has plummeted. These sponsors, initially drawn by the promise of global exposure and a socially conscious image, are now facing the reality of dwindling returns and a public increasingly skeptical of the Sussexes' authenticity. The image of Meghan, once the epitome of poised confidence, reduced to emotional distress, underscores the fragility of the carefully constructed facade. The "I am finished" declaration, if accurate, reveals a sense of despair, a recognition that the carefully curated narrative has imploded. This alleged financial crisis isn't merely about lost revenue, it's about the erosion of the very foundation upon which the Sussex brand was built. The promise of authenticity, the allure of a royal couple breaking free from tradition, has been replaced by a perception of entitlement and a relentless pursuit of profit. The public, once sympathetic to their plight, is now increasingly questioning their motives and their methods. The reported Netflix termination and sponsored demands are not isolated incidents. They are symptoms of a larger problem, a disconnect between the Sussexes' perceived influence and their actual market value. The world has moved on, and the narrative that once captivated audiences has become stale, even tiresome. The constant barrage of victimhood narratives, the perceived lack of accountability, and the ever-present air of self-promotion have alienated a significant portion of their audience. While some may argue that this is a calculated attack on the Duchess, the reality is that the market is unforgiving. Ultimately, the success of any brand, royal or otherwise, hinges on its ability to deliver value.